seen a coin eroding out. It's just down here. Just there. See? Let's see what it is. Look at that lovely imprint. It's been there for so long. Sorry, I'm removing you from your comfortable home. Looks like a halfpenny. I think it's a Queen Victoria. Let's take a look. Yeah, there she is, Queen Victoria. Queen Victoria halfpenny. I'll clean it up so you can see it a little better when I get back home. Right, I've just seen something really exciting. Just down here. Now, can you see that curved edge here, which is glass, and it is on some other glass here with a sharp edge. Just take a look at that. Well, I'm really hoping, as you can see, I put my finger there, I am hoping that that is going to be a bottle seal. A seal, hopefully with a name of a person or maybe a place that would have been on a bottle long ago. Bottle's now broken, but what remains is a seal. Now, these are so exciting to find, and it's really strange actually, because a few days ago, on Friday, I was out on the foreshore with some friends and we found a beautiful bottle seal. And this is great because it gives me the perfect opportunity to also share that one with you. But first of all, let's just savour the delight of not knowing what's under this mud, but knowing that there is a perfect bottle seal. And I can even see some lettering under there. See it? Just there. Right, we're going to go and rinse that off. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love bottle seals. Now, what's going to be on there? What is going to be on there? Oh, something really nice and defined. Look at that! Oh, hang on a minute. Sheer Hulk Woolwich. Sea Prentice. Now I'm sort of gasping at the word hulk because obviously at Woolwich prison hulks were moored alongside the river, and there is definitely the word hulk there, but I'm not sure if that's going to be referring to a prison hulk. It looks like, yeah, Sea Prentice, Sheer Hulk, Woolwich. I cannot wait to get home and look that up. This is just a brilliant find. Oh, I'm really excited. Just look at that. Who was Sea Prentice of Woolwich? And what was Sheer Hulk? Was it a prison hulk? We will find out very shortly. Well, I have to say I'm pretty excited about that bottle seal. And I've also just seen something over here. It's one of our old favourites. Can you see it? Can you see what I'm looking at? Look what we've got there. It looks like a knobbly pipe making its way out of the mud. Now, will there be any stem on it? See it there? Let's have a look. No, not much stem, but a very nice knobbly bowl, nevertheless. Let's give it a quick rinse. Click rinse. There might be some tobacco in there, so I won't take the mud out of the actual bowl. There we are, look. A lovely, knobbly texture. This is turning into a really super little evening, you know. I've just seen something else over there. Let me zoom in. Zoom in, show it to you. Just down there, look. See that? It looks like another kind of tag. And I do love a good tag. Let's have a look at this. Oh, that's a nice one. Oh, look, it's left such a beautiful imprint in the mud. Isn't that perfect? The imprint of history. Let's pick it up. Oh, look at that. That's so nice. That is nice, nice, nice. There's all sorts of figures on there. Beautiful. Let's go and have a look at that lovely imprint again. Oh, so lovely. Now something just caught my eye down here. I was quite fortunate because it's rather camouflaged. Can you see it? Just down here, look. It's a beautiful stopper, or at least part of a beautiful stopper. Isn't that lovely? It's a little bit broken, but look at that beautiful iridescence there. Beautiful. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness me. That was a beautiful stroke of luck, wasn't it? See this key poking out of the mud. Now I didn't actually expect it to be anything. Oh, how lucky! How lucky is that? Oh my goodness. Let's go and give it a little rinse. Oh, that's a nice one, isn't it? That's a lovely one. Let's see if I can clean that up. Wow, that has the potential to be a really beautiful old key. Wow. And what did you last look? That is the question in my mind. Now, what is this down here? Can you see what I'm looking at there? Now that does look like a military button, doesn't it? Under here. And yep, there we go. That is a Royal Marines button. seen something down here that I want to take a look at. It's very, very camouflaged actually, but I noticed a round edge, and that's what piqued my interest. It's just down here in the middle of the screen, just there. Now let's see if it is anything. Can you see it just there? Just this round thing here. Yes, that is indeed a round thing. Probably a coin. Let's have a look. A fairly worn coin. I'm good at finding worn coins. What is it, I wonder? There, oh, do you know what? I think it's a good old George. Probably a little farthing, but it looks kind of silvery. I'll finish off cleaning that when I get home. Into the bag it goes. Until then, what's this weird thing? What is that? Strange. Nothing much, I don't think. And there's also something else down here. There's a little hot spot. What is this? Is it part of a clock? Oh, that's interesting. I'm not sure if that's part of a mechanism of a clock, but no, I don't think so. Look, it looks as if it might have been a pendant. There's a little hole there where the chain would have gone. Cute. Actually, I've just seen another round edge over here. Let's go and investigate. Just there, look. It could be a little halfpenny. It is, or it could be a washer. It could be. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's interesting. Now that looks like a Chinese coin. Ooh. Now look at that. Can you see the lettering on there? That's definitely Chinese. Oh, I'm looking forward to looking into this. Now take a look at this down here. Looks like a little money clip or something. Well, the tide's on the way in now and I'm walking slowly back down the foreshore, and what have I spotted? Something which looks particularly promising, and it's just down here, look. This is great! You know, I haven't found many pipes recently, so this is making up for it. So look at this beautiful specimen. There's the end of the bowl. Woo! Out she comes. Are we going to have a maker on there? Very possibly not. let's see. Look, it's another imprint of history. Let's go and wash it off. Have a closer look at it. Oh, I love that. That little pipe-shaped hole. Right, let's give you a little Thames bath. Oh, you know what? It's perfectly intact. It always amazes me that these pipes stay in one piece for so long. I mean, this is from the 19th century. It's going to be mid-19th century, so, you know, almost 200 years. It's been in the mud, and there it is, still intact. That is lovely. What a treat! This has been a fantastic afternoon. Hi everyone, thank you very much for watching my video. I hope that you enjoyed that outing along the Thames foreshore as much as I did. Welcome to my studio. As you can see, I'm surrounded by objects which, believe it or not, have washed out of the River Thames or the River Medway, various beaches around the UK and elsewhere. And I have with me, next to me here, the objects which I found in the mud during that outing, and I'm looking forward to telling you a little bit more about them. But first of all, I just want to say hello properly. How are you all doing? I hope that you're all well and happy and in good spirits, and that all is well in your world. I hope too that the sun is shining. It is here. We're having kind of rainy, sunny intervals. It's hard to know how to dress at the moment because one minute it's really cold and windy and the next minute it's absolutely boiling hot. But anyway, you didn't come here for a weather forecast, did you? So let's get on with a little roundup. But, oh, one more thing before I do. The crows. Did you see those wonderful mudlarking crows? I absolutely love sharing the foreshore with the crows. They've just got such a lot of character. They're so intelligent. They're always voicing their opinion in a very, very loud, cawing kind of way. And of course, what they're actually doing is looking for shrimps to eat. But they're a lot of fun to have around. And they definitely recognise people. They're so intelligent. Crows are one of my favourite birds, actually. And I've even got a necklace around my neck here. Now, this is one of my favourite necklaces, made by my friend Wendy Meister, who has a shop on Folksy called Clark Jewellery. And at the end of this video, I'm going to be doing a giveaway of one of these crow necklaces. So if you want to win one, you have to stick around to the end. I suppose you could fast forward, but stick around to the end because you're going to find out some fascinating facts, I can assure you. And of course, talking of necklaces, in my last video, I did a giveaway of this lovely Bartman silver pendant here, also made by Wendy. And in a little while, I will also do the draw and we'll find out who has won it. Lots and lots of people entered, and so you could be the winner. So stick around and find out if you are. So let's take a look at some of the objects which you saw me pluck from the mud in this video, some of the gifts which the Thames gave to me on that particular outing. I'm going to start with my absolute favourite find from the outing, which is this stunning bottle seal here. Look at that beautiful iridescence on it. It would have been stuck to a bottle, maybe a wine bottle, maybe a whiskey bottle. Back in Victorian times when this particular tavern was up and running. Now, I love finding bottle seals because if you have a name and an address on them, as is the case in this particular bottle seal, we can find out so much information and it's so exciting. You can go down all sorts of rabbit holes, just like I always do when I find something like this. And we've got lots of info on here to give us some really good historical facts. So we've got the name of the tavern, which is the Sheer Hulk.
We've got the name of the landlord across here. I'd thought that it was C. Prentice, but it's actually G. Prentice. And we've got the name of the place where it actually was, which is Woolwich in southeast London. And so G. Prentice stands for George Prentice. And he was landlord of the Sheerhulk pub from 1862 to 1866, but the pub itself dates right back to the early 19th century. It's actually mentioned by Henry Mayhew, who was a bit of an investigative journalist back in Victorian times, and he describes the Sheerhulk as a flourishing public house opposite the dockyard and well frequented by the Navy. It was also apparently built from timbers from the Royal Dockyard. So, interestingly as well, the pub was not very far from where the prison hulks were moored on the River Thames. I'm really interested in the history of the prison hulks, and so this little bit of information sort of jumped out at me, because apparently the landlords of the Sheerhulk were paid to give the convicts on the hulks a tot of rum before they set off on their very, very long and arduous voyage over to Australia or New Zealand. Many of the convicts were sentenced to transportation, and they would be waiting in the hulks on the River Thames near Woolwich for their voyage to begin. And so, yeah, the landlords of the Sheerhulk would be paid to provide rum for the convicts, to have a tot of rum to maybe give them a little bit of courage to put up with the very long and uncomfortable voyage, I should think. Goodness knows how long it would have taken to get from Woolwich to Australia, but quite a long time, and I expect that many of the convicts probably didn't make it. So that's a really interesting snippet of history. Now, the hulks were actually moored at Woolwich until about 1857, and then they did away with the prison hulks. In fact, Henry Mayhew, who I mentioned just now, he wrote a lot about them, and it was largely, I think, due to some of his writing that they were probably abolished, because he really wrote about how terrible the conditions were on the prison hulks. So they were abolished in about 1857. So that does mean that George Prentice himself probably wasn't paid to give rum to the convicts, but certainly previous landlords were, so that's really interesting. Another snippet of interest is that a Sheerhulk was a structure used in dockyards to insert or remove masts in wooden vessels. The sheer was the name of the crane, and then the hulk was the large sort of floating vessel, often like an old battleship or something. That's what the prison hulks were often. So the sheer would have been on top of the hulk and then used to insert or remove masts. So that's probably another reason for the name of this pub, which was very, very close to Woolwich Dockyard. So a lot of history in this little bottle seal. Sadly, George Prentice died very young, at the age of 36. He was born in 1830, and his wife Eliza went on to marry the person who would become the next Sheerhulk pub landlord. And as a little bit of extra information, I did find out that Eliza died pretty young too. She died a few years later, and in fact, she's buried with George in a cemetery not far from where I live. And I thought it was quite interesting that she was buried with him and not her new husband. Sort of something interesting to think about. It's surprising how much you can find out just from finding a blob of glass with a name on it. Now, I do have a really beautiful collection of bottle seals now. I am going to show you photos of them. And I mentioned when I found this one that not long before the outing, we had found another bottle seal, a lot older actually. And so the bottle seal that I was referring to, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about it. It relates to a man named William Proctor. You can see it here. It's got a bishop's mitre on it and the initials WP. And William Proctor was a vintner at the Mitre Tavern in Cheapside, London. It's quite a long story. His son died of the plague. So again, so much history to be found in one little bottle seal. So let's take a look at the coins, which were waiting for me in the mud during that outing. And I'll start with the oldest one, which is this lovely 1862 Queen Victoria halfpenny. Then we have a very nice silver sixpence, nicely cleaned up, from the reign of George V, and it dates to 1921. And here we have the most curious coin, which is this one here, and it's a Chinese coin, also referred to as cash. And these coins were made with a square hole in, right back from the 4th century BC, and they were produced with a square hole to allow collections of coins to be threaded on a square rod for ease of handling, or they were threaded on strings. I think it must date to the mid to early 20th century, but perhaps there's something on there that you might recognise. So if you do, please let me know in the comments below. It would be nice to know what year it's actually from. What else have we got here? This. I had to polish this up. Look at that for a tag. Somebody had a lot of fun stamping numbers on there. A tag which was used for goodness knows what, because all those numbers, they don't really make much sense, do they? But maybe attached to some cables or maybe to a crane. I don't know. What do you think? I think it's like a little work of art now, though, and I really loved the imprint that it left in the mud. It's such a shame that those little imprints get erased forever when the tide comes in. There's this very strange little pendant, obviously seen better days. It's really seen better days. It's pretty much falling apart, but at some point it was probably hanging around somebody's neck, because there is a little hole here where the chain would have gone through. I wonder what it looked like in all its glory. You'll have also seen me find this in the mud. I took it because I thought it might be something, wasn't sure what, and I was right, because actually it is a toy lead milk churn. Underneath I had some information which I was able to research. It says made by Britons, London, England, and when I looked that up, indeed it is a toy company from the early 20th century, and it's a little tiny lead milk churn. Look at that, how cute. Look at this beautiful key. Look how well it turned out. Isn't that lovely? Now this key, I think it dates back to Georgian times. Such a lovely key, isn't it? It's so much nicer than our keys now. I'd like a key like this to open my door. And as always with keys, I wonder what it locked up once upon a time in its previous life. And we've got, of course, a pipe and a button. We always get pipes and buttons on mudlarking outings. This one's a nice one, a really nice knobbly pipe bowl from the Victorian times. And I do have some knobbly pipes. I'll see if I can find them and show you a photo of what a whole knobbly pipe would look like. I guess if you've got greasy fingers, it helps you to grip hold of the pipe bowl when you're puffing away on your after dinner smoke. And then we've got this Royal Marines button here. So a really wonderful selection of finds as always. You never know what you're going to find when you go down to the river. Sometimes you really don't find much at all. Sometimes you just find a very eclectic mix of finds, and you get something really special amongst those finds. And yeah, this for me was very, very special. I do love the bottle seal. What was your favourite find amongst that lot? What do you like the best. I'd love to hear. Please let me know. And also, if you've got any information you want to share about any of those finds at all, then please let me know. I'm always thrilled to hear from you. Just pop it in the comments below and I'll be really happy to read them. So now I think it's time to find out who has won this necklace. So let's go and find out. Now here I am on a comment picker site. It's not the one I usually use. And the reason for that is because the one I usually use, where you can see everybody's name going round, it's quite exciting, they have started to charge. So typical. So I've had to find another one. So I've got Pick a Winner that I'm using now. So I need to paste the YouTube link in here. And then we're going to fetch all the comments. Yes, using a filter, of course, a keyword filter. And the keyword is Bellarmine. Hashtag Bellarmine. Continue. So they're loading the comments. I know there's well over 900 comments from people who want to win that necklace. 913 comments. Now I'm going to pick a winner. So all eyes on screen to see if you are the winner of the necklace. 1, 2, 3. And the winner is JV Needham. I do love these meetup episodes, and that Bartman looks especially grumpy. I should love to live where I could find such things, but it's not to be. Have a great spring, Bellarmine. Well done, JV Needham. Thank you very much, everyone, for entering, and well done again to Mr. or Mrs. or Master or Miss Needham. You've won yourself this lovely silver Bellarmine face necklace made by my friend Wendy of Clark Jewellery on Folksy. So if you get in touch with me, probably the best way to get in touch is via my website. I'll get that to you as soon as possible. And commiserations to everybody who did not win, which is unfortunately most people. I know exactly how you feel, if that's any consolation, because I don't win giveaways either, or tombolas, or raffles, and so I know how it is. But don't give up hope, because very shortly I'm going to tell you how you can be in with a chance to win this lovely Thames Crow necklace. Well, not this one, because this is my favourite necklace, but one exactly the same. A beautiful silver Thames Crow, also made by Wendy. So I'll let you know how to do that in a minute. But first of all, I want to give a shout out to everybody watching this video and everybody who is inspired by history and searching for our past. It's always a thrill to hear from people, to hear that you are inspired by the videos, and I love to hear about how many people are out there searching in rivers and fields and in junk shops for little clues from the past. So keep on doing it, and I love hearing about it, so do get in touch and let me know what you find. It's always lovely to hear from you. A special shout out to the young people watching my videos. I know there's lots of you out there, and I've recently heard from a budding young archaeologist called Charlotte. I thought I'd share the letter that she wrote to me. And she wrote, "Dear Nicola, I am Charlotte and I'm 9 years old. My grandpa told me about your videos, and since then I've wanted to become an archaeologist. I've signed up for an archaeology club and I can't wait to join. I've collected lots of old things and I've drawn you a picture of my favourites. My daddy took me on a Thames mudlarking trip and I loved it. I love your videos, thank you. Love, Charlotte." And Charlotte also says, "PS, on the trip I found over 40 pipe stems, but no bowls." Well, don't you worry, Charlotte, because your pipe bowl is out there somewhere. There's a whole pipe waiting to be found by you with your name on it. So don't worry. They might seem a little bit elusive, but there's one out there for you. So keep looking. Keep looking, everyone. Everybody who wants to find a pipe, and I know there's lots of you, keep looking. Your pipe bowls are out there somewhere. And here is the picture which Charlotte drew of some of her favourite finds. We've got a jar, a shark tooth, a belt buckle. Just look at that. Isn't that great? I also want to say a big thank you to another young budding archaeologist called Colton. Colton sent me a big box of chocolate treats, and my daughter is very, very excited because she is going to be eating a lot of them. And another thank you so much to everybody who has donated to me via my Ko-fi site or my super thanks. I so appreciate it. They don't go unnoticed, and I'm very, very grateful. Thank you very much indeed. You all know who you are. Thank you. So I'm really looking forward to being back again with you soon with some more adventures from the muddy Thames or elsewhere. And in the meantime, I almost forgot to do the crow giveaway. Oh my goodness me, how silly is that? I was so carried away with everything. I forgot. Whew, I've just remembered. Okay, so this crow. Do you want to win a necklace that is very much like this crow? If you do, please put a comment under this video. Let's get a little bit more imaginative than #crow. I think this time, if you could just put something that you enjoyed about this video, followed by #tidelineart, that would be great. #tidelineart. And then in a couple of weeks' time, I'll do a draw and we will see who has won. So now, I think I've covered everything now. I haven't forgotten everything. Thank you for watching. Thank you for putting up with me waffling on. And I hope you have a great rest of week. I'm sending you lots of love from here in London. Take care. See you soon. Bye-bye. Now, as you can see, Squirrel has come for her breakfast, and today we have a guest squirrel feeder. Rosa, please could you come and do the honours? Rosa is visiting from Bristol, and she is squirrel feeder in training. Good job. Have you ever fed a squirrel before, Rosa?
Yeah.
Have you? Where?
At the park in Bristol.
Have you?
Yeah.
But not one quite like
No.
my squirrel here. Who, by the way, everyone, is expecting squirrel babies, so she needs lots of nutrition at the moment. Well, thank you very much, Rosa, for your expert help. Have an excellent week, everyone. Lots of love from Squirrel, Rosa and I.